The NFL Today on CBS is powered by Ram Trucks, America's best light-duty pickup for new vehicle quality.
And welcome back to the NFL Today. And now Amazon takes you out to the sights and sounds of the game between the Texans and the Jets. So let's get you out to East Rutherford with our announcers, Kevin Harlan, Trent Green, and Melanie Collins.
Good afternoon from East Rutherford, New Jersey, for the Houston Texans and the New York Jets, where weather will play a significant role. A lot of rain, a lot of wind. December football is here, and the Texans are, as of now, in the 7th and final AFC playoff slot. They've won 4 of 5, and they have 7 wins. 7 wins is what they had combined the last 2 seasons. They are truly one of the great stories in this NFL season. Hi, everyone. Happy holidays with Trent Green, Melanie Collins on the sideline, Kevin Harlan. This has been a terrific Texans turnaround this year.
Well, it has been, Kevin, and really what they did is they turned to a familiar face. That's D'Amico Ryans, the head coach. Former All-Pro, 2-time Pro Bowler, has brought stability. And as you said, Kevin, they control their own destiny. They're in the playoffs as of now.
And at the heart of this turnaround has been a rookie quarterback out of Ohio State, C.J. Stroud.
Well, C.J. Stroud's been outstanding. He leads the NFL in passing yards, and it's been the consistency that has stood out to me. And he's going to need that consistency. As you said earlier, it's going to rain this entire game. On the season, he's 4-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio. He likes to push the ball down the field, averaging almost 9 yards per attempt. And who will also have to have a big game is Nico Collins. A week ago had career highs. No Tank Dell because being placed on IR. Tight end Dalton Schultz also inactive today.
And that's just the offensive side. On the defensive side, emerging young stars. Anderson, a big game last week. Stingley is terrific in the secondary. As we turn our attention now to going green.
Well, we're going to go green and show you what these two guys do so well. Will Anderson, as you said, 2 sacks a week ago, and he gets triple teamed on this play, but he doesn't give up. The relentless effort is there. He spins away from the block and the chip block and gets the sack. And then Derek Stingley Jr., AFC Defensive Player of the Week, 2 interceptions on the day. This interception seals the win over the Broncos. Doesn't fall for the double move. He gets up, makes the interception.
All right, they're going to face the Jets today. They began 4-3, but now they've lost 5 consecutive games, and they're going to go back to quarterback Zach Wilson under center.
And Kevin, they really don't have much choice but to go back to Zach Wilson. When you consider this offense has struggled all year getting points, especially the last 6 games, not scoring more than 13 points. Zach Wilson has struggled himself on the season. Under 60% complete, has yet to throw a 300 pass game. That will be challenged again today because of the rain.
For more, let's go live to the field and welcome in Melanie Collins.
Well, thank you, Kevin. Zach Wilson described this week to us as different, to say the least, but he seemed to be in great spirits in our team meetings. He said, I'm no stranger to adversity, and I'm going to approach this game like I always do, with great enthusiasm and a smile on my face. And he said, now it's just all about putting our best ball on tape. He said, I want to go out there with my teammates who I've grown to love and care about so much and give it all we got and just leave it all out on the field. And he certainly hasn't lost his sense of humor either, guys. When we asked him about the weather forecast today, he said, well, if it wasn't raining and windy, would we really be playing football in New Jersey?
He's at center stage right now, as will the Jets defense. They will be featuring their great numbers and all-pro performers and trying to slow down a top 10 offense this afternoon in the elements. It's the Houston Texans and the New York Jets. It comes your way next on CBS. Rainy day here in New Jersey with a look at head coach Robert Saleh of the New York Jets, and we talked with him the other day.
Well, we did, and you know, he's not giving up on the season. He knows they've been struggling. He's trying to find a way to win. They talked about the quarterback change. He's had to address that the entire week, and he feels going back to Zach Wilson is the best option for them to get a victory.
So the Jets won the toss, the flip of the coin, and they've elected to take the second half kickoff. So deep back for the Houston Texans will be Xavier Hutchinson, he is a rookie out of Iowa State. The wind is not picked up yet, but the forecast says it will gust from 15 to 30 and may get up into the 40s as time goes on. Late arriving crowd, as you might imagine, on a rainy day like this, but the faithful are out here. Once a Jets fan, always a Jets fan. To kick off, Greg Zuerlein. 5-yarder. Our look at Zach Wilson when we come back to the Meadowlands.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Honda, the power of dreams. Burger King, melts are so back, toasty, cheesy, melty, delicious. And by Cologuard.
Number 76.
Very whacked as he goes inside. Mosley met him. And there was no gain. Second down. Taking a look at next-gen stats powered by AWS.
Well, we talked about the aggressiveness of C.J. Stroud and how he likes to push the ball down the field. And here's a perfect example of it. Nearly half of his throws are beyond the first down line. That's the highest in the NFL. So even though he's been able to put up some really impressive numbers, he's not shying away from pushing the ball down the field.
Back as he takes a pile out near the 26 on a gain of 16. Let's check in our CBS studios with James and Phil.
Browning to Brown.
Yeah, Jake Browning, he is staying hot. Throws a pass to Chase Brown, and it goes 54 yards for the touchdown against the Indianapolis Colts. Cincinnati leading Indianapolis 7-0. Back to Kevin, Trent, and Melanie.
As Huff comes up with a big play defensively.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Macy's. Give love, give style. And by Panera, freshly prepared with clean ingredients.
Number 76.
For 4 years, D'Amico Ryans and Robert Saleh were part of the coaching staff for the Niners. From 2017 to 2020, Ryans was a defensive assistant. Saleh the defensive coordinator, and his performance there got him the Jets job here.
$150 or more. Order now and it's guaranteed to get there by the 24th. Every holiday starts at Dick's.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's. Bet MGM, the king of sportsbooks. Please gamble responsibly. And by Geico. For all your insurance needs, it's easy to Geico.
Back when they were at Ohio State, Stroud and Garrett Wilson. And reuniting in the pregame here in 2021, Stroud threw 44 touchdown passes, and 12 of them went to Garrett Wilson. Rookie of the Year offensively last year, Cook. Gang tackle, Gardner and others with a hand in it, and they're out to the 10-yard line with that run. Mel of 5.
Well, Tank Dell underwent successful surgery to repair his fractured fibula on Monday of this week, and he was back in the building for Wednesday meetings. And D'Amico Ryans said everyone had been really down in spirit about Tank and his injury because of what he means to this team. But seeing him Wednesday lifted everyone's spirits. He said he had a smile on his face. He was laughing and cruising around the building on his scooter, and it just uplifted the team and made everyone's day to see his face and know that he's doing okay.
And they remember him with those T-shirts, Mel. That's nice. Considered the league's most prestigious honor, the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year Award recognizes NFL players who have exhibited excellence on the field and whose passion to impact lives extends beyond the game. This year's nominee for the Houston Texans is the long snapper John Weeks. And for the New York Jets, on the defensive line is Solomon Thomas. The NFL Man of the Year will be announced at NFL Honors on Thursday, February 8th, right here on CBS, the week of the Super Bowl. Dumber and brought down, gain of a yard, Mel.
And Kev, Jonathan Weeks has been a sponsor in the Houston Texans Community Huddle ticket program, as well as hosting an annual holiday shopping spree for 25 kids in conjunction with child advocates. And Solomon Thomas is the co-founder of the Defensive Line, an organization designed to aid in the prevention of youth suicide, in addition to taking part in numerous other charitable organizations.
Very worthy causes and being recognized for it. John Weeks, you just saw him, the long snapper. He played actually with their head coach at one time. Weeks has been there for 14 years. And he was a teammate at one time when D'Amico Ryans was playing. 2nd 9. Oh, it's caught by the tight end. Jordan scooped it up and then belted out of play. Hit by Franklin Myers. Let's go to our CBS studios with James and Phil.
Coach, 14 points in 25 seconds.
Yes, Jake Browning is picked off by Ronnie Harrison. The pass goes off of Tanner Hudson's hands, and 36 yards later, in for the touchdown. Indianapolis 14, Cincinnati 14. Back to Kevin, Trent, and Melody.
Out with 11 seconds to go.
New York, no second. It will be 30 seconds.
Now the Jets have 1, the Texans have 2. Here is the AFC playoff picture in that 7th and final slot as a wild card. The Texans with their win over Denver last week, 22-17. And a lot of teams in the hunt.
12 on the game clock. Thank you.
Later today on CBS, the Bills and the Chiefs from Arrowhead.
The end of the half, so good job just running away from that.
6 punts by the Texans, 5 punts by the Jets. The rain has not let up. 11 drives, 11 punts. And you see our halftime score. That's the end of the first half. Halftime is next after these first half highlights from Verizon. And there may not be many. And a word from your local station. This season, Crown Royal is celebrating the hosts who make game day royal. You can join us to unlock your support at kickoffwithcrown.com. Scoreless first half. Texans and Jets. You see some of the numbers. All very low in a driving rainstorm, and the wind hasn't even started yet. And I'm assuming, Trent Green, you were not surprised by what we saw or did not see.
Well, not surprised. It's because of the conditions. Both these defenses are good. We know that. We know that the Jets especially focus on their defense. A little bit surprised the Texans haven't been able to get much going. Only 63 yards in the first half. But you look at the balance. Both these teams only 5 first downs. Both these teams only 1 third down conversion. A lot of punts in this game. It's going to come down in the second half to protecting the football. Quarterback center exchange will continue to be important. The running backs hanging onto the ball, and then the receivers not with the tip passes, but securing the passes when they get an opportunity to, because I think the turnover difference here in the second half could have that lasting impact.
If you're joining us late, the Texans with no Tank Dell, no Dalton Schultz, 2 important players on their offense. This kickoff is in and out of the end zone. Touchback to the 25, to the sideline, and Melanie Collins.
Well, thank you, Kev. Robert Saleh felt like his offense did some good things in that first half. He said, we got some explosive plays, and we've put ourselves in position to score. We just need to finish drives. And obviously with these conditions, he said ball security will be paramount in the second half. D'Amico Ryans said, we just have to have the mindset that we want it bad enough. He said, we've got to break some runs offensively. And guys, both Nico Collins and Blake Cashman have been ruled out for the rest of this game. Cashman's
a good player, Mel. Thank you very much. He has been a part of this Texans defense resurgence. Of course, they know him well here in New York, his time with the Jets. And Williams closes the deal on Stroud.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by USAA, serving the military community. Buffalo Wild Wings, Let's Go Sports Bar, and by LL Bean. Be an outsider.
Those pictures from the great Burrow Bake-Off at the Museum of the City of New York. And they got the 15-yard touchdown pass to the veteran, Randall Cobb. The NFL on CBS streams live on Paramount Plus all season long and right through Super Bowl 58, including next week's excellent matchups. Try it for free today. And the ensuing kickoff is out of the end zone. Touchback to the 25. Now, Houston had made the last 63 consecutive PATs, and they missed that one right there. Thus, they've got 6. The Colts are losing. The Browns are beating Jacksonville. And you see Houston coming into today, Trent, in the 7th and final wild card playoff position in the AFC.
Well, and that's why D'Amico Ryans said that every game's a playoff game at this point in time. They realize they've work to get themselves into this position, and knowing what their schedule is the rest of the way, the importance of each of these games moving forward.
10 back to our CBS studios, Brown and Sims.
Bears 4th and 13 from the Lions 38.
Yes, Bill Cowher says don't punt the ball. Oh, what a throw. Touchdown, 38 yards out to DJ Moore. Chicago Bears up 19-13 over the Detroit Lions. Kevin, Trent, and Melanie, back to you.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by K. Celebrate every moment with K. Verizon, the official 5G network of the NFL. And by Invisalign Aligners, transforming smiles, changing lives.
Stay tuned for the NFL Today update delivered by Little Caesars. Time permitting, join JB and the guys for news, scores, and highlights. Fireman Ed with something to celebrate. A good day by the quarterback, Zach Wilson. 26 of 34 for 295 and 2 touchdown passes.
Well, he's been very efficient with the ball all day long, no matter the driving rain or not. Big play on 3rd down to Garrett Wilson to set up this score to Randall Cobb. And then hitting Hall in the flat with a blown coverage by the Texans, taking advantage of it. You see his numbers on the day. Best game of the year for Zach Wilson.
There's no game. Let's go to New York with James and Phil.
Jacksonville battling back.
Yeah, they're hanging in there. It's a direct snap to ETN. He takes it from 1 yard out. Good read, cuts it inside for the touchdown. Cleveland 21, Jacksonville 14, and back to Kevin, Trent, and Melanie.
And they'll be shy of the first. And it's 4th down. And a timeout has been taken. So coming up next, it's game 2 of our NFL on CBS doubleheader. And the great showdown, and we can't wait to show it to you, between the Bills and the Chiefs. Some of you will see the Broncos and the Chargers. The NFL is on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus. In Kansas City had some pretty clear weather and about 40 degrees in the temperature as they bring Greg Zuerlein out there again on a 51-yard try the last time. Nick Bowden on only his 2nd carry of the season. Let's take you back to our CBS studios. James Brown, Phil Sims.
Flacco is having fun.
Oh, yes, it's fun when you win and when you do this. Throw to an uncovered David Bell on 4th and 3. He runs for a 41-yard touchdown. Joe Flacco throwing for over 300 yards today. Couple touchdowns, and they look like they're going to go on to victory. Back to you, Kevin.
They just signed him off the street. They brought him off the practice squad this week because he started last week, put him back on the practice squad, called him back up, elevated him, and my gosh, what a find he's been. Streak with a win over the Texans today.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Amazon. Shop last-minute deals at Amazon. And by Jardians.
That'll protect you from the rain, which has been pretty steady, although right now, misting at best. And he'll spin his way for the first. What a second half for the New York Jets. Bonus coverage coming up. It's the Browns and Jaguars. You'll get a good chunk of that 4th quarter coming your way. Wilson in the second half was 18 of 21 for 209 and 2 touchdowns. What was somewhat of a turbulent week around the Jets, with him getting the call back after being a starter and benched after a couple games. He comes back and starts today. So the Texans, as of now, fall out, and in the hunt, they remain in the AFC playoff picture.
Well, we see Cleveland is losing. Cincinnati already lost. Indianapolis already lost. I mean, it's going to come down to the wire, and they've got several division games still to take place, 2 against Tennessee and 1 against Indianapolis. So still a lot ahead for the Texans, but a very disappointing performance here today. And exciting one for Zach Wilson, getting another opportunity to be the starting quarterback and coming up with his best day of the season.
301 yards throwing by Zach Wilson. Benched and comes back and plays well at home. Final score is in with the Jets beating the Texans. Let's go to James Brown for the NFL Today update.